Hey friends, this is Jennifer Terri and welcome to another Philippine Travel Update. How are you all? Today is the first day of August. In today's update, we'll start with Philippine Airlines, Cebu Pacific, and AirAsia's advisories. You may have already heard of it. There were lots of flight cancellations. Domestic flight cancellations. That is quite expected really because of the tightened restrictions in Manila, Cebu, and other provinces in the Philippines. So that's the reason why these domestic airlines are canceling lots of domestic flights because only essential travelers will be allowed to travel in and out of Manila, Cebu. Okay? So guys, if you are, let's say, a balikbayan, an OFW, a non-OFW, who will be getting onto a domestic flight to go home to their final destination, don't worry po. You are considered as an essential traveler, meaning you can board the plane as long as you have the requirements for your domestic travel. Okay? And international flights are not affected by this ECQ, MECQ lockdown. And persons traveling to the airport to travel abroad for outbound travel, that is also allowed. Now let's talk further about international flights. No, especially with OFWs, there were OFWs who got stranded in airports abroad because of so many layovers. No, the thing because you notice that flights with so many layovers, they are usually flights that are cheaper, and they are usually booked with third-party websites. So just a warning guys that if you have a layover in other countries, check if layover is allowed, check the requirements of your layover, check if you have to change terminal, check if you need to claim your luggages pa. So for example, this one is a problematic flight. Example this one is from Riyadh to Manila. Okay, from Riyadh, Saudi Airlines, then layover in Singapore for 3 hours. Layover in Dubai, that's okay. Guys, if you're going to layover in the travel restricted countries, that's okay. Okay, you just stay in the airport. You're not considered restricted. So, let's go back to this ticket. For example, Riyadh to Dubai, layover in Dubai for 3 hours. And then from Dubai, change airline, Singapore Airlines. And then in Singapore, layover for 7 hours and then change airline again with Philippine Airlines. Not allowed, guys. Why? Dubai layover is fine, but Singapore layover with different airlines, no. Not with Singapore, then change to Philippine Airlines. That's not accredited. That's not allowed or approved by the Singapore Civil Authority, guys. So, this Singapore is very strict. So, double check talaga ko, guys. It's better talaga if your ticket is, your boarding pass is issued all the way to Philippines. That's the best. Okay, next flight. This one is with EVA Air, New York to Manila. So from New York, layover in Taipei for 2 hours. That's okay. Look, there is a transfer ban in Taiwan. That's until August 9, and hopefully they will lift that ban. So considering that ban will be lifted, this ticket is fine. But look, the final destination is Manila, but it has a layover in Cebu. Now guys, if you have a layover in, let's say, Cebu, you will quarantine there. You will quarantine in the first port of entry. So in this ticket, the first port of entry, ang unang airport na papasukan sa Pinas ay yung Cebu. Then you will quarantine in Cebu. Of course, the safest international flight are direct flights. Of course, that's with Philippine Airlines though. With Philippine Airlines, it's always a direct flight. For example, this one, New York to Manila. No layover, no need for swab test. If you don't have any layover and you're flying with Philippine Airlines, no need for negative COVID test result for travel to the Philippines. A negative COVID result is only required if your airline ang humihingi, if your airline asks for it, or your transit country requires it. That's it. But Philippine government, not required. Philippine Airlines, not required. Okay, let's go to question and answer, guys. Let's start with K. Earls. What about returning OFW that are not yet vaccinated from Saudi Arabia? What about it po? If your question is, allowed pa bang pumasok? Of course, allowed pa, guys. Being vaccinated or unvaccinated, it doesn't matter, really. As long as you're not coming from the 10 travel restricted countries And as long as you are allowed to enter Philippines, you can enter kahit hindi ka pa vaccinated. Okay lang po. Next question, toll bridge ahead. Where? Next question from toll bridge. How long must a traveler be in a green list country before traveling to the Philippines? For a traveler to avail a shorter quarantine, they have to stay 14 days in the green list country. Next question, Connie. Ma'am Jen, kumusta? Thank you. Okay lang naman. Bakit kasali ang Australia sa green list country? Lockdown sila. I know, right? You may be wondering, why is Australia included? Actually, Australia is in lockdown because they have 100 cases in one day, 200 cases in one day. They are in a different position. They want zero COVID cases, guys. They want zero. So, kahit 2 cases lang yan, magla-lockdown yan sila. And Australia's cases per 100,000 population is still very low. That's why they are still on green list. Next question is from Marina. What was your code again for travel discount? My code with Red Doors doesn't work anymore, guys. It's already expired. I'm no longer affiliated with Red Doors. Next question is from Kate. Hi, I would like to ask, my BF is working in the army based in Japan. He's a US citizen. He still have his Philippine passport though. Is it okay for him to enter Philippines without his certificate of retention? I'm assuming he's a dual citizen because you're talking about certificate of retention. Yes, it's okay. Just with Philippine passport, nobody will question you. If you have a valid Philippine passport, no problem. Just bring that. Okay, he can enter po. Next is, what if I owned a condo at the residences of Greenbelt? Do I have to be quarantined to the designated hotel by the Philippine government? Yes. You cannot quarantine in your own private residence. You need to quarantine in a designated hotel. Next is Rose. Kung dual citizen, pwede ba umuwi at Pinoy citizen? Yes po, you are allowed to travel home to the Philippines as long as you're not coming from the travel restricted countries. And 7 days ba? If you're covered by green lanes, yes, 7 days. If not, 10 days. Then, RC Manalo 72. Hi Jennifer, are there any discussion on reducing inbound quarantine periods for travelers entering the Philippines? The 7 or 10 day imposed facility-based quarantine must be a big burden for countrymen. There have been so many discussions, guys. You know that. June, we had so many discussions, month of May and June, about shortening the quarantine. It was brought up even to the President, to the Senate, to the Congress. Oh well, and nothing happened. Except for green lanes. Yeah, green lanes. Yeah, that's the main thing. But now, especially with this Delta variant, no, they will not be shortening the quarantine. No way. Next is from Garden Beauty. I like the name. Hi Terry, ask ko lang if my flight is going to Clark and stop over to Cebu. Do I have to quarantine in Cebu before flying to Clark? Yep. Quarantine in Cebu first. Next is from Hermida. Ate, Amerikana ka ba? English ka ng English. I'm not American. Why do you always speak English in your videos? It's because there are a lot of actually foreigners watching our videos, guys. They're very interested and invested in following the travel updates. Most of them are foreign fiancés of Filipinos or foreigners who want to retire in the Philippines, no? And a lot of them, guys, if I make the video Filipino, a lot of them complain naman, oh, Jennifer, please speak in English. Kaya I thought, keep going with the English language. If it was up to me, guys, mas easier kaya sa akin mag-Tagalog na lang kaysa mag-English. Pero, ang yan, guys, maraming AFAM na nagpa-follow po ng channel natin and they're very supportive and a lot of them became my friends. So, I cannot just abandon them, diba? And a lot of YouTube channels naman are speaking in Filipino. So, at least meron ding English, diba? I try to mix naman talaga as much as I can. Okay, moving forward. From Anne, I'm interested with this online wedding. Can you help me? You know, with the online wedding, if you do it on your own, you will save hundreds of dollars. Yes, and you can do it on the Utah County website. This is the website. Next question is from Annalisa. Hi, Miss Jen. Paano po if connecting flight from Malaysia to Singapore to Manila? Makapasok po ba ng Pinas? Hindi po. Hindi. Sa Malaysia pa lang, baka hindi ka na sa Malaysia pa lang, baka hindi ka na po pasakay ng eroplano. Malaysia po is currently on the travel restricted countries in the Philippines. Please get in touch with the Philippine Embassy. Magpalista po kayo. The more Filipinos request for repatriation, the more that they will indeed maglagay ng repatriation sa mga lugar na hindi masyadong maraming Filipino compared sa UAE. Next is from Carl. We are about to travel from US to Manila as balikbayans. In the USA, we are issued a CDC certificate of vaccination. My question is that acceptable as evidence of vaccination by the powers that be? If you're vaccinated in the US and you're going home to the Philippines, you cannot use it for shorter quarantine because US is not included in the green list countries. So whether you have this CDC certificate or card, it won't grant you a shorter quarantine, but you may be able to use it for getting discounts, Jollibee 10%, gas station, some of them give discounts for vaccinated, ganun. Next question is from Bill. This seems so complicated. This is from the immigration requirements video. I am a US citizen, no marriage to Filipina, have vaccine. Can I travel to the Philippines and stay 9 days in the hotel? Even if you're vaccinated, it doesn't really matter. For now, foreign tourists are still not allowed to enter the Philippines. Next question is from Joe Johns. Is there a visa one can get to the Philippines and help feed millions of starving people because the president locked down millions of suffering from food insecurity? John Johns, thank you for thinking about this, but well, if you're affiliated with a charity organization in the Philippines, an organization, they may request for your entry. But it's going to be a very long process. Next question is from Truth Bomb. Wow. Can a 13A permanent resident fully vaccinated traveling alone enter the Philippines? And do I have to pay all that quarantine hotel crap? Please respond. 13A, yes, you can enter as long as you're not coming from the 10 travel restricted countries. Do I have to pay? Yes, you have to pay for everything. So that is all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions, comment down below and I may make another video. For now, guys, the travel rules is still the same. Who can enter? Filipinos, balikbayans, and foreigners with visas. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and God bless you and stay safe.